high Agni, it would relate to all kind of digestive processes. Is there something really particular you'd like me to share?
I just want to add one thing. You brought these two different low Agni pulse, very interesting. I'm so happy about it. Thank you actually, because I saw this for the first time, I think. But we always talk about it.
We always talk.
Yeah. So the thing is that in the, how many of you know that Pitta is producing the Agni? How many of you know that by reading a little bit about Ayurveda, right? Yeah. Now this is very important part. So Pitta is like a raw material and Agni is the final product. For example, this is the bottle of water, right? So water is Pitta, but water of bottle is Agni. Or glass of water is Agni, or bucket full of water is another type of Agni. There are so many Agnis in the body, right? But all are made from that water. And then whatever vessel or vehicle you choose, that is the name of that Agni. So, very important, in low Agni there are two phenomena. One, where basic Pitta is very, very low, and that's why the Agni is very, very low. That was the first pulse. But the second phenomena is where Pitta is very, 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 very high, but still digestion poor. Acid reflux, but nothing is digesting. High Pitta, but still I get bloated, constipation. Few early signs of low Agni I am talking about. So this is this pulse, where Pitta is high, but it's not getting converted into Agni. There is a block in that process. There are so many, modern science have described so many enzymes and hormones. These are all manifestation of Pitta in the form of Agni. If you look at them, they are all manifestation, bile or enzyme to convert protein into muscles. When it is not converted, then you get this excessive uric acid, which is kind of ama. Okay? So everywhere there is Agni, and everywhere the names are only different because ancient names are there. I am always surprised how they knew. Even the genetic theory described now, 30-40 years ago, Ayurveda has described this genetic theory in Garbhava Kranti Shariram. And they have said Bij Ansh and Bij Bhag, which are exactly similar like chromosome and genes. She is a professor, I am not, but I am just trying to explain that Ayurveda is far ahead of modern science, because a lot of these concepts which are now found are already there 5,000 years ago. It's really, I feel amazed how they knew it. This is, but separate than that. The point is this, that this is a very important person. Remember this, you drill this in your head, because Vaidya Jivaka, who is our head guru, his guru was Amoghapatra. Okay? We talk about Vaidya Jivaka because he has formalized every knowledge and put it in scriptures so we can understand. Okay? Like now, maybe after 200-300 years, people will remember Dr. Naram, because he is, spread it in a manner that world can consume that knowledge. They will say Dr. Pankaj Naram will be that phenomena. But Vaidya Jivaka is one thing which we study in the college, and I want to bring it here because it's connected with the Agni. In Ayurveda, in the chapter of fever, okay, there are many kinds of fever, and they say when you have fever due to high Pitta, you have to give milk. Vaidya Jivaka said, no milk. I am not saying, it is there in the history book of Ayurveda. You know, we had a discussion with Dr. Vasant Lad one day because me and him both were talking on pulse reading in Nama Congress, and I was like so afraid because he's a professor, I am the practitioner. Okay? Professor always can say the theory much better than the practitioner. Practitioner talks from the heart and from the knowledge, which is also touching human heart because it's coming from the practice. So I was talking about this Agni concept, and I said that our lineage, because Ayurveda is basic, that's the basic essence of the knowledge. But then there are lineages. Like in the south there is another lineage, in the Gujarat there is another lineage. So this one is from Bihar, from the time of Magad, Vaidya Jivaka. And that lineage focused on Agni and Ama more important than even Dosha. There is a difference because in the college we learn focus on Dosha, who you are, Prakruti, Prakruti, Prakruti. But our lineage, our teacher said that even if Agni is not very well, good food will be converted into Dosha. Like in the milk, you put a little curd, and it converts into total curd. If your stomach has low Agni, good food which is Pitta reducing will produce Pitta. Like milk, which is supposed to be reducing Pitta, according to Ayurvedic scriptures. But if your Agni is poor, which is absolutely what we call, modern science calls it now gut health, microbes, all these names are given, you know. But if the Agni is poor, that same milk will convert into Pitta. Why? Because it will not get digested, it will be fermented. So this is the point, that the difference is this, that you have high Pitta in this case, but there is a blockage. It's not converting into metabolic enzymes and hormones. In modern terms, you can say that. So when this pulse comes, you can immediately, of course, I will show you different combinations, of course. But you can always say there is a blockage in, you have acid symptoms like skin problem or headache or anger or acid reflux. But at the same time you have metabolic imbalances. So maybe there is fatty liver, maybe there is GERD, G-E-R-D, where there is inflammation in the stomach, or maybe the thyroid is not working. So there is Pitta. They have acid reflux, which is Pitta, but it's not converted into thyroid hormones anymore. So, hypothyroid. So these are different combinations. So, when this comes, you make a note of this, that there is high Pitta, but it's not converted into Agni. While the other one has a problem with that the basic Pitta is low, and that is why the Agni is low. This is the two different, that's it. Don't get confused. I hope so we are clear.
Yes.
I tried to make it as simple, but we are still in class 4, so remember, if you don't get it, it is fine, we'll keep getting it as we go ahead. We have 3 years to go ahead. And I promise you, like that Dr. Prakash was asking me, mitral valve, everybody will be able to tell from the pulse how many blockages, how many valve problem if it is, everything, okay? That we can do it after 3 years. Yeah, please, doctor.
If you or Dr. Shastri can explain once again how do we feel in the past days, because I didn't understand.
That will come. Yeah, you explain, please. You did it very well.
And
Maybe Dr. Giovanni can help by doing again the jumping. So we all have a little more energy in this room.
thank you so much.
I love that style. Yes, you remind me of Pankaj. It is so good.
Practical demonstration. Thank you so much, Dr. Smita and Krishna. This is the first one, is to feel, because this is Vata, Pitta, Kapha, right? So, Agni is felt under the Pitta pulse, means middle finger, because it's a creation and presentation from the Pitta, Agni itself. It is hot, sharp, quick. So this is presentation of Agni. So when you feel under the Pitta pulse, when you praise that, so that pulse, that Pitta is felt extremely light or barely you can feel it. So once you feel it is very dull and hardly if you can feel, that is the first time Pitta is extremely low. That is the, and see how it is under the very deep level. So that is type 1 which is showing Agni low.
So the simple way you can know, is like this, you know. You press and there is a, in the middle finger there is a medium pressure we have to keep, right? And don't be don't think, oh, which is exactly how much pressure, because every human being is different. Sometimes you need to press a little bit more in somebody, sometimes less. But when there is low Agni, what is feeling, you know, have you seen anybody weightlifting? Who is doing weightlifting?
I used to.
You used to, right? So you have seen the weightlifter with a 130 pound. Have you seen it? That guy, when he goes down, he comes up with like this. Have you seen it? That's what you feel in the pulse. It's loaded with ama. It cannot come up.
She is showing the pulse second who pause and at least come up. When the person doesn't get up only, that is the type 1.
Then he will go down and down only.
Down only. You can't just get up. That is the type 1.
The second one was I
showed the second one. Then she paused and slowly at least, but she jumped.
But
Yes.
for type 1, this is more in Vata predominant and Kapha predominant, right?
No, Agni pulse is always in the Pitta finger.
No, but I mean, like with the second type 2, Pitta is high, so this means it's like when it's predominant and when it stops, it means that it's high and the Agni
So
is
when in the Pitta finger it is high, so pulse is coming up anyways,
And-
right?
Yeah.
But and it is going beyond the middle level, so you know that Pitta is high.
Yeah.
But when it is coming up, it is pausing at the bottom first, and then with great difficulty it is coming up.
Coming up.
But for this one,
For
it's
this
not
one,
going to
you
be Pitta
cannot find it
predominant.
only,
Yeah.
because you have to go deep to even feel the pulse.
So this means it doesn't have a Pitta disturbance, it will have another disturbance.
It will
or
have another, so
predominant.
there
Yeah.
will be Vata high, or
Yeah.
maybe Kapha high, or some other thing that we will discuss. Trust
Okay.
me, it will
Oh.
come. Just focus on one point at a time, you know. For example, there is a beige kind of a pulse which is Kapha polluting the tissues in the body. Huh? So with this, if that pulse is there, 100%, and then you know where Vata is moving, you know Vata is moving up always. If Vata is moving up in the pulse, not always, sorry, in the pulse, that means this person has extreme low Agni, so whatever he eats is produced into mucus. And then there is Vata going up, so it goes in the respiratory system, because if there is beige and this low Agni and Vata going up, so in the respiratory system there is a mucus. That you can say by this combination. Got it? But then you know from where it comes, because some people have mucus because of the hyperactive immune system. It is reacting, histamine. You know, as soon as there is exposure to wrong food or dust or perfume or anything, immediately immune system reacts and produces mucus. So that's another reason. But here the low Agni producing too much Kapha and Vata gas both, and that is bringing this here, and that is why there is cough. So remember I told you we have to look behind the scene. Why? If you want to help somebody really get rid of a problem, you have to look behind the scene. This is the most important aspect. So same symptoms, but by looking behind the scene, you will understand that yes, in this case there is very, very low Agni, which means whatever he eats is producing mucus. So you have to give black pepper, ginger, garlic, chili to bring that Agni up. But in the second case, you cannot give chili to bring the Agni up. You cannot give black pepper. You cannot give ginger is okay, but you have to give cumin, coriander, fennel, these spices, because he has high pitta at the same time low Agni. So you have to choose, even in the spices or home remedies, those things which are not increasing pitta but increasing Agni. Got it?
Yeah.
The difference. Huh? And even if even if now you are in class 4, for example, and you get somebody with this pulse, just give them a home remedy of cumin, coriander, fennel tea, they'll feel good. Most people have this pulse nowadays.
Nowadays, this person.
More.
Yeah,
But if you get the other pulse, you give them black pepper, ginger, in a big way, they'll feel good.
But what's the
Same problem, but you can understand why it is happening. This Agni is very important, really. So, slowly, keep practicing, you will get it.
Dr. Smita, but what does it mean? It pauses at the bottom. Because, I mean, how do we feel? We press it, it's some
So
of it-
now when we do everything, the
press it
pulse reading
harder?
practice, no, I'll tell you. You want to show with a coin? Come here.
Coin.
You have a coin? Somebody has a coin?
Take notes.
Maybe we try with that. So basically it is like this. Come, I'll show you. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So imagine this is the pitta finger pulse. Okay, it's going like this, and then it stops, and then it comes. Stops, then it comes. Normally it has to go. Pulse has to go like this, right? But instead of that, the bottom is for a second, not too long, but then it comes. So this observation you will understand when you see lots of them, lots and lots of them. Then you will get it. But it is important to get it, trust me. Because forget about Vata, Pitta, Kapha. If you focus only on this, they will feel good. Why people feel good only by mung bean soup? Because it is doing two things. First, immediately removing ama, increasing Agni, of course because of the spices that we use. But the second thing, mung bean itself is alkaline. It reduces pitta. So mung bean is that one thing which is working on both kind of low Agni. This is the benefit. You see?
Yeah.
So you can give it to anybody. Like my teacher always said, if you don't understand anything, then no worries. Tell them to come after 7 days of mung bean fasting. They will feel good. By then, you read more, you go through my notes, check with your mentor, and you will be ready with the solution. So you will have 7 days to prepare and understand how to help him.
By the way, I grew up in Egypt, and they don't have mung bean over there at all.
I know.
Is there like something that is similar to mung bean?
So normally red lentils are very similar.
Red lentil?
Yeah, red lentils are very similar because a lot of people are allergic to mung bean because of they are not used to or something. The second best is red lentil, but sometimes it is not alkaline. That's the only difference. Not so alkaline like mung bean. But yes, that's the second option.
But they have a lot of red lentils over there.
Yeah, everybody has them in the world in general. Okay, you want to say something, Dr. Giovanni? You just stood up.
No, just it is connected with the arm, right?
Yeah, please.
So,
Very important. I mean, see, we are all hungry. I know.
Good question. How is your appetite now? How is your appetite? You feel hungry? So Agni is high. So means Agni is ready to accept the food, to be transformed in nourishment. But regarding the why Pitta doesn't come up fast as should be. By nature, Pitta is very sharp, very fast. Yeah. So Pitta should come very, very easily. But then if Pitta is stuck by Ama by nature, what is Ama?
Heavy, sticky.
It is heavy, it is sticky. Yeah? Yeah, so if it is sticky, it means that it keeps like a glue. No, so the Pitta to come in the up is to win the resistance of Ama. So it is become a little slow and then goes.
Yes.
And this means under your index finger, Vata is regular, under your ring finger
Yeah,
is
but you're
regular,
speaking about Pitta now.
there's only the Pitta is
In the Pitta, these feelings.
Yeah, Ama can be felt in every fingers, okay? We are now talking about Agni and Tikshna, Pitta high and still low Agni. That is the point we are discussing. Because Pitta is the raw material for Agni. So a lot of people say, how come I have a lot of acidity and still I can't digest? Because there is a signs of low Agni and you know, people who have learned Ayurveda, they've learned that okay, high Pitta means high Agni. So they are always asking why I have high Pitta symptoms and I still don't digest. This is the reason, because there is a block. From Pitta, it is not converted into the enzymes and hormones which are important for digestion. So we have not discussed Ama yet. Ama can be in any fingers, okay? We are only discussing right now Agni. Remember, we don't mix up two things. So, of course, Ama is because of the Agni situation. But if you understand Agni in a right manner, like low Agni or high Pitta and still low Agni, you have to treat in two different manner, you know, both the situations.
so
Using, for example, Amrutras, Ayushakti's formula, is working on the all kinds of low Agni. Okay, so it is the safest to use for increasing the Agni. But Anulom, another Ayurvedic formula which we have, is more Pitta increasing. So if you find a pulse where Agni is low but Pitta is high, you don't give Anulom, only give Amrutras. So, and I said first about the spices, because we use all the home remedies from the kitchen. So you can create the home remedy based on this judgment. Because once you rectify Agni, most of the things really get better.
just one last question to understand the difference between Pitta and Agni. So, which is the fundamental substance and which is the specific form? For example, let's say the fundamental substance is the ocean, and then the rivers, the lakes are the specific manifestation. So, which is Vata, which is Pitta, which is Agni?
I know, sometimes people say fundamental stuff is the stream coming from the mountain which goes in the ocean. So there is always a perception. But the point is this, a good question actually, because from the same analogy you can say, because Agni, right Agni will produce Vata, Pitta and Kapha. I want to tell you in this room, okay, anybody knows physics by chance? Yeah. So you have heard about kinetic, static,
Energy.
three energies. Which are the three energies? Static energy, kinetic energy,
Potential. You have potential.
dynamic energy. Right?
Yeah.
Three energies. Luckily, I have done also modern. But of course, I mean, we all
It's been a
study in the
while.
college this modern. But the point is, this is similar to Vata, Pitta, Kapha. You need these three energy to run your body. You see, static energy is like Kapha.
Okay.
Right? So you need these three energy to run your body according to physics. But Vata, Pitta, Kapha is exactly that. You need all three of them to run your body.
But we learned that
And they are produced from your food. every day from your thinking also. If you get angry, pitta is produced. So it is there produced from everything that you ingest from the atmosphere. But the point is this, that right kind of Agni will produce the right quantity that our body needs. That is why Agni is important. You got it?
Yes, well, from the I got entangled in this philosophy.
So both are important, that's what I am saying. Agni is important and 3 doshas are important.
But we learned about the Pancha Mahabhutas. Maha means big, great. So I understood these are the 5 energies in creation. So
Okay,
they are all
okay.
very
Wait, we are going too fast, okay? So, Pancha Mahabhuta, I think we already did it in the lecture.
Yeah.
And that is kind of constituting Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Agni, everything. So don't touch that right now. Let us be focused on what we are talking, because otherwise we will get very confused.
No, I'm asking because you said something surprising for me. I understood. So Agni is one of the Mahabhutas, and Pitta results from the Agni. But just now you said vice versa. So
No,
I think-
Pancha Mahabhuta, Agni is fire, sorry.
Yeah, it's one of
That's the element.
yeah, it's in creation.
Okay,
it's
we are
a-
mixing these two things, okay? So, element fire, what is the other name for element fire?
Tej, Agni, fire.
Tej, we call it Tej. Okay? So, again the same thing. Oh, you know what? I think we need to have a session, because possibly you have either read the theory of Ayurveda or you have learned the theory, but you are not able to practically connect it in the human body. It's important that we connect. If we want to become the best doctor, we need to connect this theory with a human body, a real person who is there. Me, you, everybody. And also the plant and all the life on this planet has these 5 elements. So fire, which you are talking about, is the one of the 5 elements. So like I explained to you that water is a raw material, but glass of water is a final product. So Agni is actually what modern science is calling hormones and enzymes and things like that, which is actually produced from these 5 elements. Precisely water and fire element. Got it? Because all the hormones and enzymes are liquid and they are hot because they are catalyst in all the metabolic and digestive process. They are working like a catalyst. So all the substances which are not participating in actual metabolism, like they are not changing themselves, they are just helping to convert from one form to another in the whole body, anything. Those are kind of Agnis. You got the difference? Huh? I'm happy you brought it out, but let us be clear what we are talking. We are not talking about elemental fire. No. We are talking about this Agni, which is in the form of hormones, enzymes.
Sorry.
It is used by the
Sorry.
body.
Thank you, madam. We will continue this talk further some other
Yeah.
time. But we need to be very focused on the subject today, requesting everyone. Otherwise, we won't be complete this pulse session. What we are going to
I
what
have
we
one
have-
request.
Madam,
If you
please.
have a question,
Ma'am, please.
yeah.
Please. Sorry. But see, we need to complete some of the stuff today, then only you will be able to do practice tomorrow. Otherwise, tomorrow will be very failure, completely. We have organized and arranged so many clients there to do practice. And to do practice, today we need to know. Knowing is first, then doing, and then being. So please avoid talking and asking the question about disease. Right now, we are talking only to understand basic things.
Thank you, Dr.
Please.
Hema.
Thank you, Dr. Deepali madam. Thank you for everyone. Now it's high time for the food. So we will have observing which dosas imbalance. Second step, we understand and try to check. about the condition of Agni and whether the Ama is present or not. Condition of Agni we already discussed before lunch, and now we want to understand how to find out the Ama's presence in the body, like whether the Ama is there or not. So normally, normal pulse is like how the pulse